Good day. I wanted to come in here to do something that I call Dr. Boyce Exposed. This is where you can ask me any question and I will give you an honest answer. The only thing I ask is that all the questions you ask be respectful. If you're not respectful, then then you shouldn't be here. But I would like to answer any questions people have because one of the things that is really strange to me is that there are people spreading misinformation and just creating confusion and chaos. And I hate saying it, but it looks like Kwame Brown is one of them. Kwame Brown, for whatever reason, this brother has a vendetta against me. I've never done anything to him. I've never attacked him. I've never tried to anyway. I mean, if he thinks I attacked him, then I told you I was sorry if he felt that way. But for whatever reason, the brother, he won't talk to me directly. But what he'll do is he'll keep on kind of doing these crazy videos, saying things that are just not true, and going on a smear campaign, just major smear campaigns that I just think are disingenuous and kind of making things up. And so I thought I would kind of come to you directly, and also I would say this too. I have nothing to hide at all. I would be very happy to challenge Kwame to a public debate. If Kwame wants to debate me, you can call me. I've heard from Judge Joe Brown's people. They seem to be confused about why you hate me so much. So call Joe Brown's people. They'll hit me up. Who else? Jason Whitlock. He's a guy that we both know. I know you talk to Jason. Jason, and I know each other. You can hit Jason Whitlock up. Jason Whitlock will connect us. And so basically, I just want to say this, and I want to say this in a way where I don't want to add fuel to the fire. Because I told you I'm not real interested in fighting with black people. I will debate a black person, but I will not fight with a black person. So I'm not gonna. I did a video kind of addressing a couple of days ago, and since then things have been just kind of stated that are just crazy, making things up like I'm some sort of agent and I'm some sort of guy who's elitist. I mean, if you look at my track record, you'll see there's none of that. Now I do say that I will probably only appeal to the top 10% of black people. That doesn't mean I'm talking about people who are not poor. I'm not talking about people who don't have education. I'm talking about the nigga net. I'm talking about the people that want to see division. I'm talking about the people that want to see black people go backward. I'm talking about the people that love the chaos, the people that want to see two black men fighting as opposed to working together. Those are not the people. Those are not my people. Those are not my people. So I want to make it clear, like if you come in here and you're like, oh, mama's cooking, that's the type of immaturity I'm not going to really respond to because you black people, you are in trouble. You're dying in the streets. I just heard from a young brother the other day, DJ Stanton out of Philadelphia, who was shot in the store in broad daylight for no reason, for some jealous, ridiculous Negro. And I'm sure somebody egged it on. I'm sure somebody decided, that they wanted to create a beef, and the beef was created. Next thing you know, a black man's dead. So what I want to say to you 100% clear is that I will answer any legitimate questions you have. If you say something stupid like, just stop, boys, mama's cooking, I don't know what to do with that. I'm not a comedian. I'm a serious black man and a serious scholar. I also say this. If Kwame wants to debate me, he's welcome to debate me, but I must warn him, this ain't the NBA, brother. You're 7 feet tall in stature. I'm 7 feet tall in intellect. In fact, I'm probably 7'6". So I'm gonna block a lot of shots, and I don't want to, and I might dunk on you. So I just want to make sure that you understand that this ain't the NBA. But if he wants to debate me, he can call me. Again, we have a lot of the same friends. Etan Thomas, who played with him at the Wizards, is a very good buddy of mine. Etan can connect us. Jason Whitlock can connect us. Judge Joe Brown's people can connect us. So if he has something to say to me, I would say to him, just being logically speaking. I know a lot of people don't get logic. A lot of people don't want to think logically. They just want to be emotional. But those who, if he wants to talk about me, he should go do research. He should go get facts. He should talk to me and say, well, what do you think about this? Like, for example, he brings up this guy named Charles Wu, a guy I quit working with 4 years ago. But Charles, did a video that was disrespectful toward me. And we had some words and we parted ways after that. But just so you know, a lot of black people, the work we were doing was not so sinister as really the impression of working with somebody who wasn't black. And some people took it the wrong way. So I cut it away. But just so you know, I had to fire some black people because of that. I had to let some black people leave their job. And I wish I hadn't have done it because I kind of listened to the wrong people. And one thing I learned from that experience is that when you have, critics and haters, you cannot live for your critics. You cannot live for your haters. So just so you know, this conversation is not for the critics and the haters. The trolls The trolls, just get blocked. I'm not worried about the trolls. It's really for the people that really want the truth. I really like talking to the people that are saying, how do we do better? How do we move forward? And so I will say this again. I challenge Kwame. If Kwame has a lot to say about me, he's made probably 10 videos about me now. And that's okay. You can keep making them, brother. I get it. You have a lot of frustration. I encourage you to see a therapist, actually, because it seems like you're mad. And anybody who doesn't agree with me, notice how often he attacks people. Every video is attack, 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 attack. Well, that's not healthy for Black people. That feeds into our natural proclivity to attack each other. That feeds into our natural desire to kill each other. That feeds into our natural desire to hate each other. So, I'm not going to attack back, but I am going to stand up and say, if anybody legitimately has legitimate questions, I have nothing to hide. What we've been doing here in the Black Business School has changed the world. We've changed so many people's lives. A lot of you who are in this chat right now are making more money because of the things that I've talked to you guys about. I've given you the game on stocks and everything else. I've talked to you extensively about building wealth for your families. I've taken my whole PhD, and I've shared it with the community in hopes that you guys can benefit. And the Black Business School, despite contrary to people's opinion that it's some elitist place that you have to have money to be a part of, you can join the Black Business School for free. If you go to theblackbusinessschool.com right now, there are people on the line who will talk to you for free about what they can do to help you achieve your financial goal. They will talk to you for free about things you can do that you can get from us. If you get on the email list, it doesn't cost you anything to get on the email list. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to, first of all, share something. I like to share resources with you guys that will help you out. Let me see here. Go to firstsharestock.com. That's where I send you free information on how to invest. And we do offer things, right? That's how you run a business. When you run a business, you need revenue to hire people. And we've hired probably 100 Black people in the last few years. I only can entertain these conversations so much because I can't really debate with people who don't know the challenge of creating jobs for Black people. Like, I created a lot of jobs for Black folks. I don't really talk about it. A lot of people that say they love Powernomics, they say they love Dr. Claude Anderson. Well, I love him for sure. But your words don't mean nothing. What matters is, are you helping them pay the bills? Dr. Claude Anderson has been suing the federal government for reparations on your behalf for the last 30 years, and Black folks aren't helping them pay those bills. Most Black folks, they might buy, some people buy a book, and I applaud you if you've done that. But, we wrote some big checks over to the Powernomics Corporation because I wanted to be a big boy. I said, I want to be a big boy. I don't want you here just because you're trying to be nice. We should be helping you. We should be helping you achieve that goal. So that's extremely important. Now, let me see here. Let's see. I see a super chat question. Somebody says, AMK says, how can Kwame be more productive? I don't know. I'm not going to speak on Kwame's platform in terms of how he should use it. I just think that desire to roast people, for some people that think like me, it can come off like entertainment. It can come off as, because the thing people seem to remember most from the platform is mama's cooking. And, I got a mama and I got a woman. My woman being there cooking, she does a lot of mama's cooking in the house. But when mama's cooking, daddy's building. When mama's cooking, daddy's over here doing the work. When mama's cooking, daddy's bringing home the bacon. So I'm not that's feminine to me. I'm not a mama's cooking type guy. I'm a guy who's into going out and fighting the battle so that we can actually solve problems. So man to man, I would say to him, if you have some things to say, don't get on the internet just run around with rumors and misinformation and becoming gossipy and it almost sounds chatty pattyish. It sounds like you're gossiping as opposed to talking to me. Now, if you talk to me and you ask me a question that I cannot answer, then that's a problem, right? But you won't do that. You haven't done that, and that's something that I think just man to man, I would say to him, ask me this question. I guarantee you that any friend you get on the phone, we have a lot of mutual friends. Ask Judge Joe Brown. Just say, hey, Judge, I want to keep blasting boys and I want to talk about this and talk about that. Should I talk to him directly or should I keep on going on the internet and gossiping about him and sharing things that may or not be true without allowing him any chance to defend what he's saying or defend himself? Right. I'm sure Judge Joe Brown could give you some guidance on that. And I could give you guidance, too. I mean, I could have been a great friend to you. In fact, I probably still could be. I just don't really. It makes me very sad when I see a Black man who I really would have helped come along and say, well, the best way for me to get a leg up is to attack Boyce, right? Because I've seen other young guys like that on the internet. And I'm like, man, do you know how many young guys I support? I got brother Ben X coming on tomorrow. I support him. Maj Toure is coming on in a couple of days. I love and support him. D1, I support him. I support so many young people. So the thing is that you got to get out of that thinking, man. That thinking that says, in order for me to succeed, I got to take him down. I got to go punch him in the mouth. I got to go and I got to tear him down. I got to expose the fraud. Why would you think that every successful Black person who is self-made, who's able to get out here and really do something without the help of the white man, must be a fraud, or he must be an agent? Right. I mean, it'd be one thing if I received the benefit of being a fraud, of being an agent. Like if I was getting money from a corporation, that'd be great. Believe me, we could have built Black business school branches all across the United States if I had just a fraction of the amount of money corporations give to fake Negroes. I wish if I had a fraction of the money that the government gives for charter schools. We could build schools all over the country, but we don't take money from the government. I have never received a book deal from a corporation. I've never received a TV deal. I've never received a radio deal. Now Kwame got millions from the NBA, and I don't know what he did with the money. I wish I had got $64 million from white people to do what I do. That would have been great. So my position is, how is it that I can be as authentic as I can possibly be? I come on here every day and talk to Black folks and help them as much as I can. But yet somehow people just assume that because I am able to succeed without the white man's help, I must be a fraud. I must be fake, or because I brought his name up first. Kenneth, that's a good question. I'm going to start by responding to Kenneth's question. Kenneth says, you brought his name up first. Anybody who goes back, again, I'm only talking to the people who really want to know the truth. I'm not talking to the crazy people and the people that just want to see a beef. I know y'all love to see Black men take each other out. Maybe that's what you grew up with. I'm talking to people who want to know the truth. Most people who went back and watched the original video that I did about Kwame saw nothing wrong with that. Ron Artest, who played in the NBA, went on Hip Hop Uncensored and said, I don't think Dr. Boyce was attacking Kwame. He went out of his way to say that. Who is it? Jason Whitlock said, those are only two people, but there's plenty of others who are like, you didn't attack him. Like, why does he feel like you attacked him? And I said, I don't know. I think he feels like everybody's attacking him. And then people, and the weird thing is that people are repeating what Kwame said. There is no logic behind it. It's only like emotion. It's like, well, you snitched. What did I snitch on? Like, I didn't snitch. I repeated public information. He put the N-word in his title, and I said, you may not want to put the N-word in your title because YouTube will take your videos down. I say this as a guy who's been taken down many times by YouTube, right? So it's not like I informed YouTube of their algorithm. And this is where I can't tell. I mean, if you choose, and don't get me wrong, you ain't got to be intelligent to be here. But if you just want to be stuck on stupid, I can't help you. I can help people that choose to want to be as ignorant as possible. When you choose to reject and ignore logical information, I don't know what to say to you. So the most direct I can be on any of this is to say, if Kwame wants to debate me, I will come to his channel. If he's uncomfortable with me coming to his channel, he can come to mine and let's debate it. Ask me any question you have, every single issue. Again, if you want to be thorough, every single issue you accuse me of, Boyce is an agent, Boyce is this, Boyce is a fraud, blah, blah. Fine. Ask me, bring it up. Like, just say, hey, I heard that you like to have sex with donkeys on Tuesdays. No, bro, I don't sleep with donkeys. I know somebody probably told you that and it's usually somebody, there are people that, just so you know, if you want to know the honest to God truth, there are people where you help them, like Yvette Carnell. I helped the shit out of Yvette Carnell. My God, Yvette had no platform when Yvette reached out to me. It was in 2012. She said, Dr. Watkins, can you share my article? I said, sure, I would help a sister out. No problem. I put her stuff up there. I let her use my YouTube channel. And for whatever reason, Yvette has been mad at me for a while. And I think it had to do, it's the split kind of started with the Farrakhan thing. I wasn't going to tolerate disrespect to Farrakhan on my platform. I did not like what she said. And so I just, kind of parted ways. But with Breaking Brown, the platform she uses to this day, my accountant has 6 years my assistant has years of receipts. And she said, do they know how much money we paid Yvette all those years? Do they know how, and so a lot of times when you hear somebody that's just railing, like, oh, Boyce is this and Boyce is that, these are people who sat by and took money from me for many, many years, who were paying their bills from money that I was giving them, like for many, many years. It may not have been a lot of money because we didn't have a lot of money, but I hooked up a lot of Black people. So a lot of times when you have somebody that's just out here screaming and hollering, it might be something where I saw you treating another Black person unfairly, and I did not like it, and I parted ways from you. Like Michi X, that's what happened. She violated her contract. We had a contract, an NDA, all this stuff. She is a person that will get in your face and cuss you out and go crazy. And she was doing that to other people. I did not like it. I said, you cannot come around here treating other Black people like this. This is intolerable. I'm not dealing with you no more. So I stopped returning the calls, and she got mad, and so now it's like, oh, Boyce is a fraud. Boyce is this, Boyce is that. Yeah. Okay, whatever. Just keep going. Just stay away from me, right? And that's pretty much what it is. And I think that what happens on the internet is that when you get a lot of people that have mental health issues, maybe they're just mad. Racism makes a lot of people mad. Racism makes a lot of Black folks frustrated. That's where crabs in the barrel stuff comes from, is that we're all pissed off because the white man's got his foot on all of our necks, right? As a community, he's got his foot on our necks. You have people that somehow feel that in order for me to succeed, I got to take you down. I got to not I got to take down the white man. It's like, I got to take that Negro down right there. That Negro, he's my enemy. Well, I'm not your enemy. I don't want to be your enemy. I don't want to fight you. I'd rather collaborate and support you. And so that's so I wanted to address kind of some of this directly. And the reason, honestly, to be quite frank with you, is because Kwame has a big platform. I mean, that brother knows how to he needs to like do something on stage or something, because he's good. He's much more entertaining than me. I am not the cool guy. I am not the entertaining guy. I'm not the guy that's going to tell you jokes. I don't have a catchy phrase like "Mama's cooking," and I do have the B1 philosophy, but I like to believe there's substance there. I'm not going to give you no "Mama's cooking." I'm not going to give you something that's going to make you laugh. I'm going to give you something that's going to help you grow. My goal is to help you become better at what you do. I don't even care. I think I saw somebody else that had a rumor that I think Kwame. I did see. Here's the problem. I'm gonna tell you, to be honest, God, truth. I don't watch all his videos all the way through. It's just crazy energy. I don't want a part of that. I haven't really seen many of them. What I really see is what people are saying. Well, Kwame said that this, and this, and I'm like, but that's not true. I don't understand that. And so little things don't bother me. Like if you spread a rumor that I'm broke, that doesn't bother me, because when a person has money, they don't need to prove to people that they have money. Like, that's a bad move anyway. I don't want to prove to you got money. It doesn't make me a better person. It doesn't make me a nicer guy, right? Me having money, I'm comfortable with the money that I have. I bought a luxury car 2 weeks ago. Like, I'm okay, right? But it's okay. What if I was broke? Fine. But why does that matter? Why would it matter? Or I would see somebody else say, well, look, his YouTube video only had this many views on it. I kind of want to talk to people that understand that Blackness is more than a popularity contest. I'm not really here to be popular. I wasn't popular in high school. I've never been popular my whole life. I've always pissed people off. If you can go back 25 years. That's when I started writing my first articles about Black people, doing my first TV stuff or whatever. I've always pissed everybody off. And being in my position is tough, because you're pissing off white people who don't support you on any level. And then you piss off like about 80% of the Black people who are used to some sort of weird dysfunction. A lot of the stuff that a lot of Black folks are into, I'm not into. Like, you think somebody's a Black leader because they're on TV. No, I'm like, no, that's just a guy that white people put on TV. Or you think that a comedian is relevant because he tells these jokes. I'm like, no, he's a stupid drug addict who just makes you laugh. So you somehow think that person's important. Or a rapper. I'm like, no, he's rapping about murdering Black people. I'm not going to support that, right? So I've never been a guy who's been able to have popularity. In fact, I was very surprised that so many people liked what I was saying from the beginning, because I tend to serve things cold. I tend to be very direct, very raw. I don't have a lot of space for people that choose to want to be ignorant and backward, because I don't think we have a lot of time. I think that in this life, your life is short, and you either going to do the fucking shit or you're not. So I would say with a Kwame, I'd say, come on, bro. Okay, if you're a man, you will sit down and you will either talk to me in public or in private. But when you're talking about someone but won't talk to them, that indicates that you have a fear of talking to me directly. And I'm not going to beat you up. I'm not going to bang on you. I'm not trying to come get you. I just want to understand. I'd love to just sit there and say, tell me, what is the frustration? What are you so mad about? What did I do? What did I do to you? And if whatever I did, let me go ahead and just be the first to say, look, man, I'm sorry, bro. I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. I apologize. Now let's get to the heart of this. Let's figure out how I can support you in terms of telling you how to use your platform in a productive way. I think I could be beneficial in that way. So anyway, let me read a couple more questions. Now, somebody says, now you're calling him feminine when you invoked his name first. See, Dave Anderson's comment, that's the kind of stuff where people, and it's funny he has a picture of Biggie, because that's how Biggie got killed. It's because of instigators, people that want to see the beef. people that want to take the worst interpretation of somebody's words. And that's another thing, that I would say is that if somebody is deliberately misconstruing everything you say, taking the energy that you intend and flipping it into something that you didn't intend at all, I don't even waste time debating with you because you've already made your decision up. I'd rather talk to people who are like, okay, well, I'm a little bit concerned about this. Can you explain that? Because I really want to find a way to understand this, right? And also, I think that people should not have to make a choice. I think it's ego that causes men to say either choose me or choose him. Because I don't think you can see any of us can see how the Black community can win when people like us who are on pretty much a bunch of people running their mouths on YouTube. When people like us tell you to make a choice, like it's either me or him, no, I mean, I'll draw a line in the sand in terms of telling you who I am and what I believe, and that's it. But I'm not a person that's going to tell you that you can't love both of us at the same time. All right, so let me see here. Let's see. He stepped on his toes in the public eye and he's hurt. Yeah, that might be it. I think hurt. Usually when you see people that are lashing out a lot, it's because they're hurt. And I get hurt. I mean, my God, it's very hurtful when you say, gosh, I wanted to be your friend. Like, what's going on here? Can't we fix this? Like maybe I made a mistake. Maybe I said something that got misinterpreted, but I'd like to work that out. And it becomes this, it becomes what it is. I think it's kind of silly. What battle are you fighting, Doc? Man, I've been fighting a lot of battles, man. I have, believe me, it's very hard to do this by yourself. I get support from a small core of Black people who believe what I believe. And if you're in that category, I love you for that. I appreciate you for that. Because believe me, it is a very lonely fight. Every month I pay over $100,000 a month to Black people, right? So anybody who says I have no money, that's just not true. I just don't brag about it. But literally, I pour a lot of money into the Black community. I don't talk about it. I've supported Black schools, done everything I can to be productive and supportive. And that's fine. I mean, when you're the elder, which I guess I am, I'm 49, I'm almost 50. You just take it on. You're like, okay, I'll be the punching bag. All right, Dr. Boy sucks. Everybody hates Dr. Boy. Okay, fine. But but the thing is, I want to say also thank you to the people that love me, the people that believe in what we're doing, because you've been watching every day, I'm sure, and you can see in my eyes. You look me in my eyes, and I'm not here to make things up. I wish I had the life of some of these people that have all this money to do whatever they want to do, because I'm not in that category. Let's see here. Moving on. Let me see another question. Somebody says, why do you hate on Blacks so much? I don't hate on Blacks. I challenge Black people to do better. Hello from London. Hey, Valerie. Hey, Valerie from London. Black London has some of the coolest Black people ever, and I love them. How are you doing today? I'm doing wonderful. Thank you. I just sat and watched a movie with my baby, and we curled up on the couch, and I get to be married to a beautiful Black woman. And that softer side really, really is good for you. I mean, just guys that are trying to process how you want to live your life with women, or why somebody would get married or be committed or whatever. The best part is, like, sometimes you need that soft woman who's smart enough to understand what you're feeling, but also just got that soft side where you're not always feeling like you always got to go to war, So like, she's the softest thing in the world. She smells good, and I can lay there. And it's really a place that I love. That's my mama's cooking. Like, that's where I like to be when you're trying to not become an asshole, because you're dealing with so many assholes that exist out here in the world. Let's see here. Kenneth says, Boyce, you brought his name up first. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. Your comment's not productive. Like, well, you said his name. That means you're bad because you said his name. Well, he said my name a lot. So let's see here. Now, what you got against Kwame? I have nothing against Kwame. I swear I don't. Like I said, I would debate him. If he wants to debate me, tell him to call me. You can call Judge Joe Brown's people. They know me well. Call Jason Whitlock. That's a mutual friend we have. Or you can call Eton Thomas that you played with at the Washington Wizards. Eton is a buddy of mine. He will connect us. I don't have Kwame's phone number. If I did, I would call him. So if he wanted me to call him, I could call him. If he wants to call me, they all have my permission to give him my phone number. He can call me anytime he wants, and I'd be very happy. Somebody says, what, you started it? See, that type of stuff, that's very immature. It's like that's a childlike statement, because it wasn't a matter of starting. I didn't start anything. So let's not go there. That's silly. Why are you getting into Kevin Samuels' lane? I don't think Black love is anybody's lane. And also I think that that when you hear, I tell you what, and maybe people, I think it's unfortunate we got to the point where we have a community that thinks you're simping because you have a heart for the Black woman. I don't know where that came from. It's as bad as when hip hop started calling women bitches and hoes. It's the craziest thing in the world. And I have a heart for black women because as much as I respect Kevin Samuels and his intellect, and I would love to have a conversation with Kevin. Kevin's always welcome to come in. I'd love, again, I believe in doing things man to man. Like, let's get face to face. Let's ask each other the hard questions and let's give each other the answers so we can smooth it out and figure things out. But anyway, with Kevin, I think when he told that lady she was going to die alone, I didn't feel like that was the right usage of words because it's very depressing. Like, people kill themselves when people say stuff like that to them. People literally, like, if that girl had gone home and slit her wrists because he killed any ounce of hope that she had of happiness in her life, we'd feel terrible about that. I hope we would. And sure, maybe she wasn't where she needed to be. Maybe she needed some help, but I think there's got to be a better way to help, and so I happen to be married to a relationship therapist who has some solutions that people might want to consider that are a little more empathetic. And I think that, with the Kevin Samuels thing, I wish I didn't see, like, if you look at the last 10 videos, every video, the thumbnail is of a black woman. It's black women are this, modern women are that, modern women thinks this, single mama thinks that. And there's nothing there with men. Not one single image I saw had a man on it. And I'm like, why the obsession with women? Why the obsession with women? If it was a mix, like, he's kind of, going after everybody. And I hear that he says that during his commentary, but it's not shown in the images. And I know a lot of people can't hear that, right? So I'm talking to the people who can. I'm talking to the people who can at least kind of grasp what I'm saying here, that when a person consistently is poking at black women and critiquing black women on any level or every level, it just seems kind of unbalanced. It's very unbalanced, right? It's like when Fox News was like, oh, we're just telling the truth, but every image shows a crazy image of black people, and they'd be like, well, we're not making it up. This really happened. There really were a bunch of black people who got naked and jumped over a fence and beat up white people. Yeah, but that's not a reflection of all of us as black people. That's not a reflection of the diversity of who black people are. So when every image, and if you look at those images, they're not flattering images. One is an image of a black woman whose eyes are bug-eyed, and the other one has her rollers in her hair. The other one has her face on the ground, and she's being dragged across the finish line. I just kind of think if somebody did that with black men, if a white person did that and every image of a black man looked like that, black people will be offended, and you should be, because it's nonsense. Now, let's see. If somebody says, stop people speaking on Kwame, you poverty pimp. Well, see, the comments like that, I don't even know what point a comment like that would make, because, I told you the black business school's free. It don't get cheaper than free. But here's the thing. You got to watch out for those Negroes who constantly tell you the black businesses should give this stuff away for free. You got to watch people like that. Those people are destroyers of black business, because that same person who will give a black person a hard time because they charge $50 for a product will go right down to the white man's liquor store and drop $200 like it ain't nothing. They'll go right down to Walmart or Kmart and spend money like it ain't nothing. They'll go right down to the white man's business and spend money, but then go to the black business and say, you poverty pimp, I'm mad because you making more money than me, and you got a nice car, your knuckle, what? Come on, man. Get out of here with that. Like, those people they have zero smoke for the white-owned businesses and the Arab-owned businesses that are in black neighborhoods that are eating up money by the gallon. But as soon as a black business sets up and they're making a little bit of money, you selling your potato chips for $5 or $3 a bag or whatever. Something, you're a poverty pimp. Why? Because they're not giving things away for free. That doesn't make any. That's not even logical. How can you build black businesses when you allow people to attack every black business owner that there is? So now, again, the Black Business School, you can start off for free. If you want to go sign up and just join for free, we will give you lots of free stuff. First off. But second of all, at some point, we have to have revenue because we hire black people. We have a lot of black experts that we brought in, black lawyers, black millionaires, black construction experts, black people that have doctorates. These people, why would we ask them to do things for free? Because you don't ask white people to do things for free. So stop that. Stop that racism against black businesses. That's crazy to me. Let's see. If somebody says, I'd rather you continue sharing your positive information despite debating Mr. Brown, I consider it a time waster. Well, Fred, that might be true. That might be true. So maybe that is something that we need to do, I guess, going forward. And I hate it because I wouldn't have a problem debating him. I respect the fact that it seems to me that if he had more guidance on certain things, we might be able to make good teammates, right? We might be able to come to an understanding that says, okay, yeah, I know you think that I'm this and I'm that. Maybe I'm a simp. Maybe I'm a For what I guess women I got called a pimp in one line and a simp in the other. So I guess I'm a pimp and simp. I don't whatever. Maybe you think this about me or that about me, but maybe we can find common ground. Maybe instead of focusing on the things that we disagree on, we can focus on the things that we do agree on. And by the way, everybody, just in case you don't know, hit the thumbs up button. Please hit the thumbs up, share, subscribe button. Also, if you go to firstshareofstock.com, I can show you how to buy your first share of stock. So whether you like me or not, you should be investing for your children. I want you to invest. So let's get past the BS. Go invest for your kids. The training is totally free, and you can actually get started, and I can show you something that'll change your family for the next 10 generations. I guarantee it. All right. So let's see. Abigail says, you want men to marry single mothers. Haha. Yeah, I kind of do, because I think that single mothers are not the devil. Maybe that's crazy of me. It doesn't mean I want you to become a single mother, but goddamn, why? How can we talk about single mothers and not talk about the fathers? Who the hell told you that it makes sense to talk about mothers as if mothers don't need fathers to make a baby? Like, where do you think these babies just are? Do you think somebody just comes and sticks them with a needle and they're pregnant, like they get the vaccine and they suddenly have a baby in their belly? Like, no, these mothers were impregnated by the fathers. So I don't have a problem with people saying we got to deal with the single mother epidemic in our community. I think we should challenge that. Sure, absolutely. But if you're going to challenge it, you got to challenge the mothers and the fathers. Is that too logical for you? Like Abigail Diaz, I'm going to pull you up on the screen. So I'm just trying to understand. And you're a woman who said you may not. And I'm wondering, are you really a person? Like, what woman would go and attack single mothers without even knowing why she became a single mother in the first place? Do you know how many times how many mothers there are out here who genuinely, legitimately loved the man who got them pregnant and genuinely like wanted to marry him and could not marry him because the man because somebody on the internet told him that marriage is for simps or whatever. So he decided he want to go around and stick his penis in any toxic waste dump within 100-mile radius. Like, do you understand that? Like, I just really think, so I would just tell you, when I say that I only relate to 10% of Black people, it's not an elitist thing to say that those people are worthless. It's to say, if you're committed to ideas that make no sense, I don't know what conversation we can have, because maybe if you're interested in learning in a different point of view, I can talk to anybody. I mean, I talk to all kinds of people. I don't care how much money you have or how much education you have. I'm talking about, where's your mindset? Are you B1 or not? Are you pro-Black or not? So I don't think a person can be pro-Black when you're disrespecting half of your population. When you look at, or not half, or a big chunk of women, I know a lot of quality women who have children, who are raising those children by themselves. So rather than saying, thank you for sticking it out, thank you for being there for these kids, instead of letting them grow up and become little axe murderers or whatever, like the little boy that just murdered the kid in Philadelphia the other day that I know him. He's a very close friend of a family that I'm very close to. Instead of raising kids that grow up and kill people, you raise a son that actually went out and helped somebody, right? So instead of thanking them, we're attacking them. And I just think that's wrong. I think that's wrong. Call me crazy, call me stupid, get mad at me, but I think that's wrong. And I really think you need a better conversation about single mothers, at least one that's fair. You can say, look, we prefer stable, standard families. I think that's okay. I think it's fine to say that, but you must challenge the men on our role in creating that family. Like Alicia, I could easily make Alicia a single mother right now if I wanted to. I could say, you know what? F you, I'm out, I'm gone. I'm gonna go out here and I'm gonna get it in because I'm Boyce, I'm rich, I'm famous. I can go have women around the world. Why would I sit around and let you tell me to go take out the garbage and have you come to me with all your BS every day? I could easily do that. That would not be her fault. That would be my fault. That would be my decision. So if you wanted to challenge her about that, you'd have to challenge me first, because I'm the one who chose to walk away from the relationship. Now, this isn't true in all cases, right? We know that it's very diverse. We know that fathers don't get hurt. There are a lot of fathers who love their kids who can't see their kids because they hooked up with a crazy woman who doesn't want the children to have a relationship with the father, right? And I think those fathers should be heard, and I hear them, and I think that that's what that pain's coming from. That's where you get these extremes from, of men and women that hate each other because they've all been hurt. Right. So anyway, that's the next. All right. So next, let's see here. Keenan says, Boyce, woman shaming now. Wasn't shaming women. See, when people say things like that, I can't even take your comment seriously. But thank you for your donation. You gave $5 to make a ridiculous comment. I don't even understand what you just said. Let's see. What do you think about Ford stock? I love Ford. I actually bought some Ford, and I made thousands of dollars on our Ford stock. Again, I guess because apparently, because Kwame, I think, says that I'm broke or something. Yeah, I'm broke, but I did make money on Ford stock quite a bit. Probably enough to buy a couple cars. Let's see here. Let's see here. Somebody says rambling. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's see here. DeMarco says we hate you. Good job trolling. Well, I don't hate you, brother. So good luck to you. Thank you for your $2. He paid $2 to say that. So that's what's up. Thank you. All right. But the same way Matt Barnes challenged him in boxing, a debate is the same thing. Honestly, he does not appear to be the debate type, and you know this. Yeah, he's not. It wouldn't. It probably wouldn't work out that well on the debate. What about Maria Richard? I can't really speak on that. That was a former business partner that I had. And sometimes when you're in business, sometimes lawsuits happen. The lawsuit was settled to the satisfaction of both parties. And I'm not going to address that, but I'm sure there's plenty of stuff you can Google on that. Let's see here. You should answer the question, Doc. I think Q wants is real answers. Okay. Ask the question. You said I should address the question. I don't see what the question is. Candace Owens ain't no black leader. No, she's not. I'm not a fan of Candace Owens. Let's see here. Ask the question. If you want me to address the question, don't say address the question. Put the question there so I can see it. Dr. Boyce, you are more effective when you're less arrogant. No, I think black excellence and black pride is not arrogance. I'm very, very proud of being an intelligent black man. I'm very, very proud of being strong. I'm very, very proud for being there for my family. I'm very, very proud of being successful. So if that's interpreted as arrogance, then I can't apologize for that because I don't think it's arrogance because I want you to be proud too. I want you to be successful too. I am absolutely 100% a winner, and I want you to absolutely 100% be a winner too. I do not build my greatness on your failure. I do not sit and pray for you to fail so that I can feel better about myself. I want both of us to win. And so, I'm very confident. I'm extremely, to come into this internet space, you got to have confidence. And believe me, I'm an expert at knowing how to find your confidence because I don't take myself that seriously. That's the first step. Let's see. If somebody says you ain't responded yet, I responded to what? So you gotta lay it out there. I don't see it. Let's see here. Let's see. Facts, my brother. Your mama's cooking is only good to you. It could be nasty to any neighbor. I don't know what that means exactly. Are you talking to me? You're placating to women these days. Well, I love my mama. I mean, I hope you do too. I love my mama. I love my sister. I love my daughters. So I always, I mean, if showing support to women is simping, then just fuck it. Call me whatever you want. But I love the women in my life, but I also respect my brothers too. I've stood up for the brothers many times. There's a lot of brothers. I got hundreds of thousands of brothers around the world who love me to death, who would defend me to the death. And shout out to all of you. I know I see you out there. Because I have stood up for the black man. I stand up for pride and integrity being restored to the black man. I stand up for the black man not being seen as a coon and a clown. I stand up for the black man who wants to rise up and become a man in a world that wants him to be either a little boy or they want to see him put on a dress. I stand up for the black man in every regard. But standing up as a black man means that masculinity isn't just calling yourself a man. Masculinity isn't just dumping your penis into every woman that walks by. Masculinity isn't just drinking a glass of brown liquor with a cigar in your mouth. Masculinity isn't just playing the part and sticking your chest out. Masculinity means having a standard. It means having a standard of effort that you put into your life in terms of being sturdy and solid for the people that care about you. It means coming through for your woman. It means coming through for your children. It means if your daughter says, Daddy, will you pick me up at school today at 3? You show up at 2:58. It means that if your woman says, baby, we need money to pay the rent, you say, I'm gonna go take care of it. Don't you worry about that. I got this, right? A standard means that when the community needs you to defend the neighborhood, you're ready to do that, right? So I think that what you have is you have a lot of men, and I get this, right? I hear all the debates about, whatever, with polygamy or whatever people talk about. And I would say that you have a lot of men that want to be treated like kings, but you don't know how a king is supposed to behave. You don't understand they were never given the courage of a king. They were never given the discipline of a king. And I consider myself to be a king. I'm trying to be one. And every day I wake up and say, how can I be the best king I can be? And that comes through courage and discipline. So I will tell you with 100% certainty that I have no fear, absolutely no fear of anything that comes in my direction, because I feel like deep down inside, I have the power of God inside me, and you can't stop that. You can't cancel a soldier, straight up. So let me read some of your questions here. Let's see. You're giving money, so I appreciate that. Let's see. Crypto Hulk says, I'm only mad you sold your XRP. Nah, man, I didn't sell my XRP. I actually have a lot of XRP. I'll never forget that episode with Ian Belima. Yeah, Ian is great. Huge mistake. Let's keep talking money. You know what? Ian said to sell XRP. I think he might have said that. I don't want to put words in his mouth, but I didn't sell actually. I kept my XRP. So I do still have it. I can't get to it though because it's still locked up because of the lawsuit. But I am going to keep my XRP because I believe in XRP. Let's see here. Beyond BMI with Claudia says, is that a show? Beyond BMI with Claudia. Cosby and a lot of sitcoms were canceled because black folks didn't relate. If we replace Love and Hip Hop, Tyler Perry minstrel films, will black media lose its entertainment value? Yeah, that's the thing. You have a lot of our people are just kind of addicted to stuff that, for people like me, it comes off very dysfunctional. I don't know about you, but a lot of the things that we see in media just seem crazy. Like, why would anybody think that a person should live that way and expect to live beyond the age of 25? Or why would somebody think that they can make those choices and have a happy life? And so media does ruin people's brains, and it makes me very sad. Let's see here. Forrest Renaissance, thank you for your donation. He said, you kind of deserve this. Your original comment was you embracing him, which you did because he's another Trumper. Who's not? Kwame's a Trumper? I didn't know he's a Trumper. I'm not a Trumper. If you know anything about my platform, you know that I'm B1. That means I don't care if you're a Democrat, Republican, or anything like that. I don't get caught up in all that. I don't get caught up in those white man's labels. You're the black first, or you're not. If you're not black first, then I don't know. I'm not going to argue with you about Democrat versus Republican. I don't care about any of that nonsense. If you understand the system the way people like me understand it, it's like, they're all using you. They're all manipulating you. It doesn't mean I have a problem with my friends who are Trump supporters. I have a lot of good friends that are Trump supporters. I think I saw Angela Stanton in here earlier. Angela Stanton and I are very, very cool. And I support her right to vote for who she wants to. I never understood how we got to the point where a black person would label another black person based on who they think they voted for. You're more than who you voted for. And I think that that's kind of ridiculous to even think that way in the first place. All right, so let's see here. So many young people in here. SMH. Yeah, I hate to say that, but no, there's young people that really get it. I think Ben X is young. He's coming on tomorrow. I look forward to hearing what he has to say. I support him 100%. D1 is young. Jeff Lightsey Jr. is young. So there's a lot of smart young black men and women that come through, and we get along very, very well. So sometimes you just have ideological diversity, and that is okay. That's another reason why this stuff doesn't bother me much, is because in academia, that's kind of how it is. And at universities, you'll have people, somebody be your best friend, and they will tell you that your ideas are crazy or that they don't agree with anything you just said, and you just argue it out, and then you just go to lunch after. You don't sit around and say, well, I hate you because you think different from me, or I'm gonna destroy you because you think different from me. You just say, okay, well, tell me your point of view, I'll tell you mine, and then we both learn, because we learn to appreciate each other's perspective. Like I say, yeah, I get how you can feel that way, but let me give you my point of view so we can both have a good, well-rounded perspective on this. All right. So, by the way, the Dr. Boyce Breakdown is where my podcast is on Spotify. So if you want to listen to me on Spotify, go to the Dr. Boyce Breakdown. Just go to Spotify, look up the Dr. Boyce Breakdown. You'll find it. Or you can go to the drboycebreakdown.com. The URL is right there on the screen. All right. So let me see here. Next. Let's see. Courtney says, he says, Boyce stop. So forget his nonsense. He doesn't want to challenge you. Weak to me. Oh, he said, boy, stop. Okay, I don't know if he means, if you talk about Kwame, he said, boy, stop. And I'm going to be honest with you. This point, I'll be completely honest about, I really don't really watch the videos. I'm really responding more so to the fact that so many videos were made, and also that there were things that were coming back to me where people were saying, he said this and said that. And I'm like, well, I think if you want to know what I think or know what's really going on, you can really ask me directly. Like, just, we can talk about it in public. I don't have anything to hide. In fact, this is a great opportunity for anybody who really wants to know the truth. Like, maybe I am a scammer. Maybe I'm a piece of shit. Maybe I'm a liar. Maybe I'm a terrible person. Maybe I am a secret agent. Well, come over to the Black Business School. Take a look. See what you think. You don't have to like me for you to do what's right by your family. Now, you can go do it somewhere else if you want to, if you're taking this personally. But just know, this space is definitely open for people who are open-minded. So that's the best I can offer. So that's what I say to you. It's an open door. All right. So let's see here. Let's see. Beyond BMI with Claudia Portia Taylor. Sorry. You did mention the thing about Cosby. And okay, I saw that. Happy early birthday, Doc, the Minister of Wellness, Nathaniel Jordan, my brother. Yeah, Nathaniel Jordan is one of the coolest black guys I've ever met. Actually, he's on the Black Boss channel, theblackbosschannel.com. and he talks about things that Black people can do to eat healthy and to live. So I like Nathaniel because he is what my friend Maj Toure will call a solutionary. So in fact, Maj, if you're watching, I'm gonna text Maj and remind him of this. Maj Toure is having a solutionary summit for Black folks that want solutions. The Solutionary Summit is a place where Black folks that really want to solve problems should come to, and I'll be there. I told him straight up I'd love to come, and I think that Nathaniel Jordan, the Minister of Wellness, will be a good person to bring also, because he's a good guy that's provided a great counter narrative to all this conversation about the vaccines and all that, and kind of just talked about us actually finding ways to be healthy. So I would check out Nathaniel Jordan, the Minister of Wellness. He's really cool. Let's see. YouTube turns people into narcissists. Yes, it does. YouTube. I live with a mental health professional, and she says, I'm seeing mental health issues all over YouTube. Like some of the stuff that the way people behave, not just the trolls, but also because trolls are going to troll. That's what they do. But also just people getting onto their platform. And it's the first time anybody's ever heard them. It's the first time they've ever had any real power. So for them, it's like a big deal. It's like, look at me. Everybody's listening to me. Everyone likes me. Look at how many likes I got on my video. Look how many views I got. And if you're not mentally balanced, it can cause people to become behemoths. It can become crazy. Let's see here. Cause you used her, that's why she made you. Okay, I don't know what you mean. Your platform must be in trouble for this pleading. No, actually, it's not. I mean, I still have almost 1 million subscribers across various channels, but also the other thing too is that I don't make the bulk of my money from YouTube. I don't even make probably 5% of my income from YouTube. So YouTube is not a place I come to make money in the sense of like needing a YouTube channel. I like YouTube because I'm a teacher and I taught at Syracuse University for 13 years. And I always dreamed of being able to teach tens of thousands of Black people at one time. Like that was always my dream. And so YouTube allows me to be a teacher broadly because I think I have ideas that are unique. I think that I have ideas that can help people. I can give hope to young people that don't quite fit in. I'm really looking for those people. I'm not looking for the people who are the cool kids. I'm looking for the kids that are not so cool. The ones who are like, dang, this doesn't make sense to me. I don't like this. And they're scared to say it because they deal with the bullies. They deal with the people that will attack them for being different or whatever, call them nicknames. Like I see Larry Floyd says, Dr. Moist, right? And the thing is that I want to encourage them to be strong against that, to just kind of, you can kind of push back. So if Larry says I'm Dr. Moist, I would say, well, what are you, Larry? It sounds like you a bitch up in the comments trolling people for a living. Like, what are you? Who are you? What kind of man are you? Right? So you got to stand up against that. You got to stand up against the nonsense. If we don't have people in the community that are courageous enough to stand up against the bullshit, then the bullshit will win. So I might not always win every fight. And just like on the playground, I fought bullies as a kid where I knew I was going to get my ass kicked. I have fought bullies at times where I knew I was going to get my teeth knocked out that day. I fought bullies in times where I knew I was going to get knocked upside the head, end up on the ground bleeding and embarrassed in front of everybody. But at the end of the day, you would know that I'm always going to fight, period. At the end of the day, I'm going to still fight. Even if I don't win, I'm still going to fight you. I'm still going to fight for what I believe in, period. And I think that's important for Black men to understand. I think a lot of Black men lose respect from some women because some of y'all done lost your ability to fight. Some of these men need to just go ahead and put on the mini skirt and the high heels because their behavior is embarrassingly weak. And they'll follow the crowd and just kind of go along to get along with whatever somebody else is saying and end up just losing at every step. And then they'll be like, the white man did it. The white man did it. And I just think that I feel sorry for some of the women who are sturdier because they're looking at you like, dang, like, can't you even fight back? Like you just gonna sit here and just take it in the butt? Like what's going on with you? Like, so I think that for men, I don't think a woman expects you to win every battle, but she does expect you to fight. She does it. She will sit there and say, come on, baby, you can go get him. And then when you might lose, everybody loses. Nobody wins every fight. But at least you fought. At least that you died on your feet instead of living on your knees. So don't live on your knees. Be a fighter. All right. So anyway, let's see. I don't see more questions. So I said this last point at the end of the day. If anybody wants, let's see. I hope you trolls have the same energy you have for Dr. Boyce for Creepy Joe. Jason Bourne said, that's funny. Yeah, you're right. They'll troll the hell out of a Black person. They ain't got nothing to say to white people. White people walk by, they like, yes, massa. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, boss. Yes, boss. Right? But Black man, I hate that nigga. I can't stand that nigga. Right? What's the deal with that? Right? And that's just a difference in ideology in the community. I really think that I think it's okay to draw a line in the sand to a point. I think it's okay to kind of say, that these are not my people. You might be Black like me, but I don't know how much we have in common. So I'll catch you in the next generation. I'll catch your kids. How about that? Because whatever's going on inside your head, I don't know how to work with that. I don't know how to work with that. Right. So let's see here. David says, David Johnson, the asshole, said, Boyce, I know you see my super chats. Nooka, again, Obsidian has left the door open for a debate. Why not? Take the challenge. Unless you fear the power of the manosphere, we're unbeatable. Okay, David, I will give you an email address. I don't know. Obsidian, I've heard Obsidian. You know, when I mentioned to Alicia Obsidian, she said that was the stone that she gave away at the wedding. So Obsidian sounds like a good name. So here's an email address, producer@flynubianmedia.com. If you want me to come on your platform, not only will I be happy to have a productive debate with you, but I also I want to be friends at the end. I will support you. I will support you. You ain't got to fight me, brother. If you want to get ahead, you ain't got to take down. You ain't got to try to take somebody down to get your shine. Like, I'm going to be fine. I'm going to have what I got, and whatever I don't have or whatever, it doesn't. I'm not attached to YouTube, but I really want young guys to understand you ain't got to go banging every time you're trying to get some clout. You don't have to fight in order to get ahead. You can also get ahead through cooperation. Competition is fine. Like, okay, I'm going to do my best. I'm going to outdo you, whatever. That's fine. But when you get to the point where you think that destroying a black man is going to make me a stronger black man, you're really losing because now you have one less ally you could have worked with to achieve your goals. So I have some power. I have some resources. I have some things I can do to help you along. I've helped a lot of people get along, and some people are world famous because I supported them in the very beginning. So I really want to see good black people do well. But I really think that this idea that, I think that you got to learn how to ignore the trolls who want to see division. So anybody who comes in and makes a comment, and that's just sort of deliberately negative and destructive, that's not good energy. Like, there's nothing you can do with that. There's nothing good that can come from a comment like that. Now, somebody asked a legitimate question, like, Dr. Boyce, I heard you were secretly working for some Asian man, and the Asian man really controls your whole brand, and he created this whole everything that you're doing. Then I would answer that question. I'd be like, no, actually, I worked with a guy a long time ago who wasn't black, and I stopped working with him, and everything we've done is our stuff. We got the receipts for that. Like, we did this by ourselves. Believe me, it'd have been nice to have some support, but you didn't support me, did you? Now that you're done asking questions, can you please help us get this thing done? Right. And that's what I would say at the end of the day is that when it comes to Kwame, and I'll sum up with this. He can bring me on his platform, or he can come on mine, or he can talk to me privately. If he doesn't want me to get the shine of coming on his platform, that's fine. I don't care. Ask me any question you want. Anything that you speculated about on your channel, call me directly and I will answer every single question in its entirety. I love giving the background story, by the way. Like, I love to tell you the background story of everything. Like, because some of this stuff you like, oh, I wish I could tell people what really happened, but you can't, because you can't address every little thing, right? You can't. You got to focus on being there for the people who love you, and you can't just live for the trolls. So I don't like to do it, but sometimes you want to just let it all out. But just promise you, when we're done, after it's over, you will take a big chunk of that NBA money. You made that $64 million over the course of your career, which if you invested properly, consistently, that could be $100 million, $200 million. I don't know. Let's write a check. You write a check. I write a check. We go 50-50. Do something really big for the community that's going to help thousands of our people. Maybe we go build a school. How about that? How cool would that be? Give me a yes or no in the chat if you would love it if me and Kwame and maybe 2 or 3 other people, maybe we gather up all the black folks fighting and everybody wrote a big check and we built the school. How many of y'all would like to see that? If we recruited all the best black educators, all the smartest black people, and all wrote a check. So Kwame writes a check for 100,000. I write a check for 100,000. And somebody else writes a check for 100. We all put down 100,000 a piece, or make it 150,000. I don't care. And we all write a big check, and we all build a school together, and we hire the best black educators to educate our children on a B1 philosophy, from a B1 framework. We can educate them on wealth. We can educate them on farming. We can educate them on family. We can educate them on manhood. We can educate them on all kinds of stuff. How many of you would like to see that? Now, those of you who are saying no are not B1. You're not, you should not be here. But those of you who are saying yes, those are my people. That's where I draw the line. The people that want to see something good being created are the ones that I support, and the ones I can work with. The ones who are who want to see division, could be, I don't know if you're I don't understand. I don't understand those people, so I'm not even going to speak on them, right? But how many of you would like to see that? A lot of you would say yes, right? So, and those who say, well, I think one guy says, I wouldn't trust you. Well, what do you base that on? You have nothing to base that on. All I've done is every day you've got 10,000 videos you can scroll through to see where I'm coming from, to see what I believe in and who I am. And I don't have anything to hide in that regard. So, so at the end of the day, that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at mentally. And that's where I want to be. So after me and Kwame have the debate, if he wants to have it, and I'd love to have it, I don't know if he'd want to debate me. I don't know. Honestly, that'd be like me trying to play him in basketball. Like basketball is his thing. Intellectual stuff is my thing. Like I was highly trained at this. So it will probably not be that much fun. And I wouldn't blame him if he didn't want to do that. But if he wants to know truth, he should just say, okay, I'm going to ask you 20 really hard questions, the worst, the most embarrassing questions I can come up with. And I want you to give me an answer. And I would do that, right? If that's what it takes to get past the nonsense, I would do that. And why am I addressing him directly? I'm addressing him directly because you cannot deny this brother has power. You cannot deny that his platform is massive. I don't know exactly what it is about Mama's Cooking that people like, but a lot of people like it. And I'd be more than happy to come in and say, hey, I'll go into your space. I respect your space. I will answer your questions and we can talk it out. But then when we're done, let's write $100,000 check and go do something amazing for the people. If we show that, then I think people will love that. I think that's the kind of thing I like to see. I like to see progress. All right, guys, I got to go. I'm about to get out of here. I'm actually going to be later on. I'll be down with the fellas playing Call of Duty online. I have a Twitch channel. The Twitch channel is twitch.tv/Dr. Boyce Watkins. So if you want to continue the conversation, or if you have more questions, you're welcome to come onto the Twitch. I'll put the URL on the screen. That's twitch.tv/Dr. Boyce Watkins. And also, those of you who are asking questions about crypto, later on, I'll come in and talk about crypto. But if you want to see what crypto I have invested in, you can just get a screenshot of everything I own. If you want to look at the same cryptos, go to drboycecrypto.com. The URL is right there on the screen. All right, guys, I'm out of here. And yes, you're right, YBC Group. She says, please move on. Yes, I got to move on. And somebody says, you gave me hope, bro. Well, good, man. I'm glad I give you hope because I want to see Black people win. I want to see you win. I want to see you succeed. I want to see you have money in your pocket. I want to see your family doing well. I want to see you living in peace and happiness and harmony. I don't think we enjoy seeing more Black people fighting. I know I don't. A young guy who's a member of a very close family, a family I'm very close to, was just murdered the other day. DJ Stanton out of Philadelphia was just murdered in broad daylight by some jealous dude that he barely knew that lived on a couple blocks over. And that type of stuff, I'm just sick of it, man. I'm just sick of it. I'm sick of fighting Black people, man. I'd rather fight white supremacy. So. It doesn't mean you're going to not disagree with Black people, but why does that have to be at the top of your priority list? That's the thing that I don't understand. Why does fighting another Black person have to literally be the number one thing on our list? We got 1,000 other things we could be doing, but I'm going to ignore those 1,000 things so I can go fight with a Black person. That's a mental illness. That's a sickness. Those of you who want to address the sickness, then this is the place for you. Those who do not care, those who think it's okay, please go somewhere else before we have to kick you out anyway. So I'm out of here, guys. Hit the thumbs up button, share, subscribe button. I'm out of here. Have a good day. I'll see you soon. Take care. Peace.